Namaste students, myself Sunil Kumar from the Department of Computer Science. We are continuing our session based on the chapter Constructors and Destructors, and today's our topic is Parameterized Constructors. In the last session we discussed about the constructors. What is constructors? Constructor is a special member function of the class. Remember, it is a special member function of the class and it is used to initialize the object data. It is used to initialize the object data, and constructor is invoked automatically when object of the class is created. When you are going to create the object of the class, at that time constructors are invoked automatically. That is the constructors. And constructors has some features. The name of the constructor should be same as class name. Return type is not possible, it is not there. Even void also not there. Then arguments may or may not be present. We can give the argument. Sometimes it is not there. If you want, you don't want, no need to give the arguments. And should be declared in public section. You should declare the constructors in public section. And is possible to overload the constructor. Is also possible to overload the constructors. So these are the constructors and the types of constructors. We discussed about the types of constructor. The constructor mainly divided into three types or categorized into three types. One is default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. So constructors mainly are of three types: default constructors, parameterized constructors and copy constructors. There are three types of constructors, and we discussed in the last session about the default constructors. Default constructor does not contain any argument. Arguments are not there in case of default constructors, and that default constructor have some advantages and some disadvantages. The main disadvantage of the default constructor is when many objects of the same class are created. When you are going to create the multiple object for the same class, all the objects are initialized with the same set of values by the default constructors. All the objects, for example, if you are going to create the 5 objects for the class, if you are going to create 5 objects for the same class, then all the object will initialize with the same set of values. All the object will contain the same set of values by using the default constructor. It is not possible to initialize the different object with the different initial values by using the default constructor. It is not possible to initialize the different values for different object in case of default constructors. That is not possible. That is a main disadvantage of the default constructor that we can overcome by using today's topic, parameterized constructor. By using the parameterized constructor, it is possible to initialize the different object with the different values. It is also possible to initialize different object with the different values. So a constructor that takes one or more argument is called as parameterized constructor. When a constructor takes more than one argument, whenever argument is present in case of constructors, that type of constructors are known as parameterized constructor. Parameter means arguments. One more name for argument is parameter. So the name comes because it contains one or more arguments. Parameterized constructors are also invoked automatically whenever object with argument are created. When you are going to create the object with argument, that's a new topic for us. When you are going to create the object with the argument, at that time constructors are invoked. Parameterized constructors are invoked when you are going to declare the object with argument. Parameters are used to initialize the object. That parameter or object with the argument, that arguments are used to initialize the object data at that time of object declaration. Here is a general syntax for parameterized constructor. Class name. Class name is the name of the class. Then you can see the constructor here, class name with open bracket 2 argument, n number of argument, arg1, arg2. So that is a general syntax. Argument 1, argument 2, argument 3, argument 4, n number of argument we can pass. That is a general syntax. You can see the program example, small coding example here. Class Max. Max is the class name. Then open flower bracket. Then public section. Int A. Max int A. Then argument int B. Int A and int B is the argument for the constructor. Constructor name is Max. Remember that name of the class and constructor name should be same. So Max is the constructor name with the two argument int A, int B. Two arguments are there. So that is actually known as parameterized constructors. Here I initialize that m is equal to A, n is equal to B. Is one example for parameterized constructor. Remember that if you use the parameterized constructor, it contains the arguments. Here two arguments are there. One is int A and int B. Two arguments is passed to the parameterized constructor. The features of parameterized constructors. Remember that the parameterized constructors can be overloaded. It's possible to overload the parameterized constructor. Means it's possible to create multiple constructor for a same class. That is actually known as constructor overloading. Constructor overloading means it is possible to write multiple constructor for a same class. For a class is Max means you can create the not on only one constructor. It is possible to create multiple constructor for a same class. That is known as constructor overloading or overloading. For an object is created with the one argument, constructor with only one argument is invoked and executed. So when you are going to create the constructor with the one argument, or whenever if you create two argument, two constructors, one constructor contains one argument, one more contains two argument, then automatically constructor with the one argument is invoked when you pass one data. If you pass two data, automatically it will invoke the appropriate constructors. The parameterized constructor can have default argument and default values. It is also possible to give the default argument and default values in case of parameterized constructors. Then how we can invoke the constructor? How we can call the constructor? A constructor is automatically invoked by the C++ compiler with an object declaration. When you are going to declare the object for a class, at that time constructor is automatically invoked. There is no need to call the constructor separately. But constructor can be invoked through following methods. There are three methods are there to call the constructors. One is implicit call, second one is explicit call, third one is initialization at the time of declaration with the equal to operator or assignment operator. One is implicit call, second one explicit call, initialization at the time of declaration with equal to operator, or we can say assignment operator. So normally implicit, explicit and assignment operators. Here first we will see the implicit call. An implicit call means the declaration of the object is followed by argument list enclosed with the parentheses. So here is the example. So when you are going to call the implicit call, when you are going to declare the object, at that time you have to use the parenthesis, you have to pass the argument. Here is the example, programming example, class num. Num is the class name. Then I created one constructor num int m comma int n, two arguments. See, remember one constructor is created num with the two argument int m comma int n. The two argument constructor is created. Then a is equal to m and b is equal to n. So two values are passed. One is m and n. Which data is there in m, that is going to copy to a, and which data is there in n, that is going to copy to b. That is just assignment. We are assigning m data should be copied to a, n data should be copied to b. Then I created one function void display. What display is the function that is to display the data a and b, because data is stored in a and b. If you want to display that one, I used a and b. But you can see in void main there are two lines I marked in red color or different color. Num object 1, that is actually object creation. When you are going to create the object, that is object creation, and is also implicit call. Object 1, that is object creation, open parenthesis 10 comma 20. So two argument I passed along with the object declaration. When you are going to declare the object, at that time I passed the two values. One is 10 comma 20. Two values are passed to the object 1. And same time I created one more object, object 2, with the 2 argument 40, 50. So 2 values passed to the object 2. There are 2 objects, one is object 1 and one more is object 2. For object 1 I pass the 2 values 10 and 20. For object 2 I pass 2 values, one is 40 and 50. So this is the object 1, object 2. So I call next function object 1 dot display. I'll call object 1 dot display. So it's going to display function. It will display the data. Which data is displayed means A and B. A is 10, object 1 10 and 20 is there. Now object 2 40 and 50 is there. So if you call the function through object 1, 10 and 20 will be displayed, and if you call the same function using object 2, it will display 40 and 50. Here you have to see only the program with the object declaration. See, when you are going to declare the object 1, normally num object 1 comma object 2, like that we can create. But here when you are going to call the parameterized constructor along with the object declaration, when you are going to declare the object after declaration object, then open bracket, or it is known as open parenthesis 10, 20. Means 2 argument I passed. You have to pass the argument that is based on the constructor. Whenever constructor contains 3 argument means you have to pass 3 argument. Whenever constructor contains 1 argument means 1 argument you should pass. Whenever constructor contains 3 argument or 4 argument, based on the argument you have to pass the values. That is here implicit call. Next is explicit call. In case of explicit call, declaration of object is followed by assignment operator, comma, then constructor name and argument list enclosed in parenthesis. Remember, declaration of an object is followed by assignment operator. Constructor name and argument list is enclosed in the parenthesis. Same program in the last example, implicit call, I use same example. In explicit also I use same example, but difference here, in last case when I am going to create the object num object 1 open bracket 10, 20 is given. You can see here in last example num object 1 we passed 10, 20. But here num object 1, then you have to use the assignment operator equal, then num, you should give the class name or constructor name, then you have to pass the argument. Remember, num object 1 equal operator, assignment operator, then num constructor name, then you should give the argument. Remember, that is the difference. See here, num object 1 assignment operator, num means constructor name, open bracket 2 argument I passed. One more object also created, num object 2 is created with equal assignment operator num of 40, 50. So 2 values again passed. So object 1 contains same value will be same. Object 1 contains 10 and 20, object 2 contains 40 and 50, but difference here is the calling method. Implicit means along with the object declaration we will use open bracket, we will write the data. Whenever if we use the explicit call, we will use equal to operator, then constructor name, arguments. So no need to use both in a program. Which one is easy for you, that we can use along with the coding. Next one is initialization of object during the declaration with assignment operator or equals. This method is used for constructor with exactly 1 argument. Remember, if you use the assignment operator, it is possible to assign or exactly 1 argument. 1 argument constructor is there means we can use the assignment operator. Whenever 2 argument is there, this method is not applicable. Remember, whenever 2 argument is there means this method is not applicable. Whenever only 1 argument, then we can use assignment operator, this method. In this method, declaration is followed by the assignment operator and value to be initialized. We have to initialize the values. But same program I took, instead of 2 values I took only the 1 value. Same num class and 1 function display. In that A and B is displayed, but here you can see only 1 values. So in this case I created object 1 equals 10. or 100. So like that, num object 2 equals 200. Then remember that semicolon is there. I forgot to put the semicolon here. Semicolon is there. After declaration object, we put the, say you should give the semicolon. Semicolon is there. Num object 1 equal to 100. Num object 2 is equal to 200. If you have to give the arguments like this, 100 and 200. So here we reach the end of our session today. Remember, parameterized constructor is an important topic for 5 marks. 5 marks question will come from this chapter or this parameterized constructor. The parameterized constructors means it is a constructor with one or more argument, contains one or more argument. Whenever argument is present in case of constructor, that is known as parameterized constructor. And we can invoke the constructor by 3 methods. There are 3 methods are possible to invoke the constructor. The first one is implicit call, second one is explicit call, third one is assignment operator. In case of implicit call, along with the object declaration, we have to pass the argument. The next one is explicit call. In case of explicit call, first you have to declare the object, then assignment operator, you have to give the constructor name, then argument list. The last one is assignment operator. In case of assignment operator, first you have to create the object, then assignment operator, you have to pass the values. If you use the assignment operator, is possible to exactly one argument. Whenever only one argument is there, we can use the assignment operator. Multiple value arguments are there means one assignment operator is not applicable. So today we will finish our topic. Thank you.